Good morning, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Now, it has been ages since I did a vinyl haul, so that's what this week's video is going to be. I've collected a few new records recently and I'm just going to talk to you about what I've picked up. So let's just get the shit out of the way first. I picked up on Record Store Day Aqua's album Aquarium, and it was a massive, colossal waste of money. I don't have anything against Aqua per se. Dr. Jones is an absolute slammer, but I bought this on Record Store Day, and Record Store Day has this really weird effect where it makes you completely convinced that you have to spend a whole load of money on something that in reality you just don't need, and in most cases you don't even want them. I didn't even know that this was on the list for Record Store Day, and as usual I got there a little bit too late. All of the things that I did actually want, like the Toto Africa repressing, had completely vanished from the shelves, and I saw this and it was 22 quid. Like 22 quid for what is effectively a joke is just not very funny, really, is it? The only advantage is that the record is an absolutely gorgeous turquoise colour. The only other thing that I picked up at Record Store Day this year was this lovely London Grammar 7-inch. This has got Rooting For You, the single, on it, and it's also got the a cappella version of Rooting For You, which is kind of why I bought this in the first place, because I absolutely love the a cappella version, the one that they released on, I think it was New Year's Day this year. Absolutely stunning, beautiful rendition of that already amazing song. Moving on to non-Record Store Day purchases, I got Crushed Beaks album Scatter. Now, I haven't listened to this, so I can't really tell you anything about it. This is one of my classic mystery records that I pick up. There's a record shop in Cardiff called Head, which unfortunately a few months closed down. It was one of the most tragic days of my whole life. But they had an absolutely amazing collection, and they would sell LPs like this one for between, you know, £2 and £4. And if I saw something that I liked, I might listen to a few previews on iTunes, and if I enjoyed them, I would pick it up because it's only £4 and I'm getting a whole album. So that's exactly what this is. Haven't listened to it, as is the case with everything. If I listen to something that I haven't heard before and I enjoy it, it will go on my Instagram. So be sure to follow my Instagram if you're interested in the records that I'm listening to currently. Next, we have another mystery record that I picked up from Head. It is by the band Kafka Tamura and is called Nothing to Everyone. This band are an alternative indie trio from Germany, I think, and I picked this up because I saw the artwork. I think the artwork of this is really, really cool. It just kind of caught my eye, and then did my usual thing, listened to a few samples, and I have actually listened to this full record at home. I actually listened to this quite a lot. I really, really like this. Favourite tracks on this are No Hope, Feral Child, and Bruises. Comes on a really nice clear vinyl as well, which is lovely. Next, we have something that I got for my birthday, which was last Thursday. Thank you to those of you who wish me a happy birthday. I really, really appreciate that. And that is the new Oh Wonder album, Ultra Life. I've mentioned Oh Wonder a fair few times in my videos. I've got that old album, and I don't want to be too much of a hipster about it, but I was aware of them before they were as successful as they are now. I can remember, I think I first heard something of theirs, the first track that was put up on the YouTube channel, Mr. Suicide Sheep, which I subscribed to. Absolutely love that track, loved their first album. I'm not sure if I think this is better than their first album, to be honest. The first few times I heard this, I wasn't sat down properly listening to it, and I heard all of the singles and whatnot as they came out, and I thought that they were good, but I didn't think that they had the same charm and the same sort of intricacies as some of their previous work. I wasn't sure what it was, but last night I actually sat down and listened to this from start to finish properly on my setup, because I only got it a couple of days ago, and it was really, really fucking good. The artwork for this as well, I felt similarly about. When I first saw that that was the artwork, I can remember just thinking, that's shit. And when I've actually seen it in person and I can look at it, it looks so, so nice. And there's actually a print in here. I say a print, it's their lyric sheet basically, but on the other side is a full-size version of that picture. Kind of contemplating putting that in a frame. I've got a few vinyl frames lying around. I just think it's a really good picture. I think it's a very, very strong choice of artwork. Some more pictures of them are inside the gatefold sleeve there, and the only problem I guess that I've got with this record is just that it's a plain black vinyl, and I was really, really hoping that the vinyl would be the same colour as that little sort of turquoisey blue strip there. I thought that would have been really cool. I haven't listened to this album enough yet to determine what my favourite tracks are, but the whole album is really, really good, so I highly recommend that you listen to that. Next, we've got another birthday vinyl, and that is by the absolutely lovely Lights, and is the album Midnight Machines. Now, I've known about Lights for years. I absolutely love her album The Listening, and I wish so much that that was on vinyl, but unfortunately it isn't. And then I was just on Spotify a few months ago, and I decided to kind of look her up on there. I listened to some of the songs on this without knowing the kind of principle behind this and some of the other acoustic albums that she's done. So this is called Midnight Machines, but there are various acoustic renditions of songs from the actual previous album to this, which is called Little Machines. This is way better than Little Machines. A really good example of this is the song Same Sea. So that's on this, the kind of acoustic version, and I listened to the version from Little Machines, and I can remember it getting to the kind of drop and just thinking that it was absolutely crap. I kind of sound really rude saying this. I really like Lights. I think like she's a really, really great artist. I just thought it was really bad, but on this, it's one of my favorite songs on this. It's also on a lovely clear vinyl as well, so I'll just get that out. Man, this really is an exceptionally clear vinyl. Anyway, super, super lovely record this. I absolutely love her voice, and I love the style of the music on this. Favorite tracks are probably Same Sea, Follow You Down, which is absolutely fucking gorgeous, especially when she sings the line, so just call me. Like, it's amazing. And Up We Go. I'd probably say that I prefer side A of this to side B. Penultimate record for this vinyl haul, which is one that I've spoken about at length in a video that I'll link there, which is about my most expensive record, but it is the album An Airplane Carried Me to Bed by Sky Sailing. I don't feel like I need to go into a huge amount of detail about this record. If you want to know more about it and why I bought it and why it cost so much money, then watch my video about it. But this is one of my favorite records of all time. It has a huge amount of sentimental value to me. The artwork on it is absolutely beautiful, as is the vinyl, which is this really lovely sort of mottled white and blue, and when it's spinning it kind of looks like clouds are going around, which is really, really nice. Again, the artwork on this is just so nice, especially when you open up the gatefold. I think my favorite tracks on this, although I love the whole thing, are probably Captains of the Sky, Brielle, Tennis Elbow. I really like Tennis Elbow after like the 2-minute mark. I think it's absolutely glorious. A Little Opera Goes a Long Way, I Live Alone, and Sailboats for sure. Sailboats is absolutely great, although I'm not a fan of the lyric changes that he made to Sailboats. I preferred the lyrics in the demo. So the final record for this vinyl haul video is a film score. It's one that I mentioned in last week's video, but it is the absolutely amazing score by Thomas Newman for The Shawshank Redemption. And this isn't just the score either, it's kind of a soundtrack slash score, so it's got all of Thomas Newman's original music, but it's also got some of the songs that he used in it. You've got the Marriage of Figaro aria and Lovesick Blues by Hank Williams. It's a double LP pressed on 180 gram black vinyl. Now, I was kind of pissed off when I bought this because I went to Sister Ray to get it, and the label on the packaging at Sister Ray said that this was a coloured vinyl version, and I looked it up online and those were actually really rare. And then when I got home, I opened it and I saw that it was just standard black vinyl. I was just a bit annoyed because I felt like they should have definitely said on the label that this was, like, it was just missold to me basically, which was really annoying. But it's weird, isn't it weird how we get annoyed about things like that? The colour of the vinyl, what the f does that matter? Unless you're trying to collect it to hopefully sell it on, which I've spoken about before and how I'm not really a fan of doing that. So it doesn't matter what colour the vinyl is, for f***'s sake. It sounds brilliant and it's a beautiful score, and that's why I bought it. Favourite tracks on this, I mean, it's a film score, so it's hard to kind of determine tracks specifically, but I would say that just the end titles, and So Was Red, leading into the end titles, it's the same thing that I said in last week's video, is just absolutely phenomenal. Obviously Brooks Was Here is like the classic, really famous piece of music from this, but I just love how that's kind of developed a bit in the So Was Red bit, and it's just one of my favourite film scores, one of my favourite films, and I would highly recommend that you both watch this and listen very carefully to the music as well. So that is everything. Now, in my last vinyl haul video, which I will link there, I mentioned that I had 238 records, so I have now increased that number to 246. I'm sure I will be doing another vinyl haul video in a few months' time. My Amazon shopping basket at the moment is just crazy full of all of the things that I want to get. I don't know if any of you do this or not, but what I tend to do with record shopping is whenever I see something that I want on Amazon, I'll just add it to my shopping basket, but the prices always fluctuate, so I will kind of check in every now and then, and sometimes something that was, you know, £28 will be reduced down to like 19 quid, and sometimes it goes the other way. Sometimes things can go up from being 14 quid to 25, which is really, really fucking annoying. But anyway, let me know what some of the records you've been buying recently are, and if you have any opinions on my collection and what I've shown you today, maybe you think that some of the records are absolutely crap and I shouldn't have bothered, just let me know all of that down in the comment section. I'm always really interested to hear what people think. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really do hope that you've enjoyed this. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you very soon.